Hi everybody, Coach Joshua here with my sister Tiffany. In the last video we showed punch block defense as a setup to the triangle choke, and today we're going to get into some more details on the triangle choke itself. So here we go. Okay, so we're just going to use the simplest setup for the triangle, since there are various, and we want to focus on the technique of the triangle itself. So, simplest way is going to be to push this arm in, or either arm in, as I jump my hips up and clamp this leg down. That's my first posture control, because her first defense is to posture up. If she's even here fully postured, now it's going to make it very hard for me to lock up in a meaningful way and finish this choke. So that first posture control is this clamp. I'm going to take a shallow lock because, well, that's as deep as I can get before I start creating some angle as an additional posture control, until I can get a hand on my shin here. The reason I go hand to shin here is if I couldn't already, get the lock perfect because I need more angle, I'm going to need to take this leg off that had the shallow lock and put it on the hip. So this whole time my hips are pretty much up here, okay? Posture strong too. Okay, now I create enough angle to get a good lock all the way down with my ankle under my knee pit. Okay? If I'm on the ankle, this is not good, it's not secure, and I can hurt myself. So a good deep lock, ankle all the way behind the knee pit. Now, from here, if they had a bit of a defense, they would have been trying to drive this elbow back this way to save themselves. There's other things that they could do if they lock all the way around like this. This is going to be a much harder fight, okay? For now, let's assume that we were able to keep enough of the control of the wrist that only the elbow went towards that hip. So I'm going to need to bring my hips up pretty much as high as I can to clear this arm over and try to connect their elbow to my other hip. Now, in a perfect world, I'm going to come over this arm and I'm going to come under whatever I can reach. If I can only reach the arm, I'm going to use that. Let's just say, worst case scenario, I can only reach that arm to pull myself. This arm's not doing anything else, so it's going to help. 2-on-1, pull myself over here until I can reach under the leg and create even more angle. And now I have a bit of an arm bar here, but I'm not focused on that. I'm focused on the triangle. And the reason why I need to keep this arm across is to keep pressure from her own shoulder in her neck, while I angle so much that my leg really isn't driving her shoulder into her neck anymore, because my leg is now on top of her shoulder, not on the side of her shoulder. And the reason why this angle is important is it allows the triangle to work on a much, much bigger person. The skinnier or smaller someone is, the less angle I'm going to need, and the more I could even run into too much angle, making the triangle too loose. So you have to feel how much connection you have with your leg against their neck as you go through this, and keeping in mind that the primary choke, the primary location where the choke is happening is on the carotid on this side, with my hamstring driving in this way. So I'm driving my knee a little bit away, just a little. I'm not going to drive them so far away that they pop out of the triangle lock. Okay. The other direction of my pressure is both of my heels coming down towards my hips. My outside leg, okay, this leg, is also going to kick heel out to have as much pressure as I can towards that shoulder and towards the lock. And then I'm also just squeezing everything together
Oh!
to get the tap. or the O. Okay, so I'm really finishing perpendicular in a perfect world, as long as the person is not too thin to where that actually makes less pressure. Okay, so you're feeling your pressure as you progress the angle, and if you start to feel that more angle means less pressure, go back a step. Find the point where your connection creates the greatest bite, and that's where you're going to finish. Okay, so here we are in the finishing position, and if somebody was striking us here, okay, we're just going to lift the head into that to make it a shorter strike as we grab and pull that in here, and now it's unlikely that we could break here, but it is sort of a reverse armbar position, and at least I have the control. So from here, I pretty much have everything controlled. If I'm over this arm, under it, I released it because that's a lot of pressure for her, and we're here. So I basically have everything wrapped up, and then the hips would come up and squeeze, tap, and there's the verbal tap because I have both hands wrapped up. My brave sister Tiffany, taking one for the team for us, guys. So they're what I believe are the essential details for the triangle choke. So thanks for watching. Come try a class with us. We're here on a Saturday for the women's only, the Lioness class, which is at 11:30 every Saturday at Champion Gymnastics. So thanks again for watching. Logos Jiu-Jitsu, and we'll see you guys next time.